What's up everyone, my name's Adam Meadows. Today's parkour tutorial is going to be on the precision jump. So one important thing about the precision jump is knowing how to actually jump properly. You gotta test your surfaces, feel out what you're going to be jumping onto, make sure it's stable, and then we want to start practicing just landing on the ball of our feet. You're going to do slow hops at first, landing on just under part of your toes. You don't want to be landing on the heels because then that's a lot of impact on your knees and ankles. So we're just going to keep doing these practice jumps on top of the ledge, absorbing the impact, jumping higher and higher as we go, making sure that all of it is nice and clean and you aren't leaning too far forward. These are just practice jumps. Warm these up, jump as high as you can and land onto the block, and then start taking a couple steps back and really having to jump farther and up onto the ledge. Using your arms, making sure your chest isn't too far forward or too far back. Try and stick the landing, having your arms out to help balance, and using your knees, ankles, and hips to help keep you there. Then we're going to start taking it to lines on the floor. I'm just jumping in between these two lines. They're pretty short, but still you want to try and get as much height as you can. You also want to bring your knees up into the air as you're doing it. And as you see there, it's what happens when you lean too far forward. You want your feet to be hitting and your chest to be catching up to you shortly after. So then we're going to take it to skipping a line, going to 2 lines past, or if you could mark the ground under you, that also helps. So one important thing, especially when you're doing these, is big arm swings. We're going to use our arms to help us get that extra height and controlling all the way down, trying to not land on just your heels, land on the ball of your foot and absorb as much of that impact as you can on your jumps. And try and make sure you're balanced and make sure you're actually landing on the line, not past the line. And now we're going to take it to bigger jumps. This was kind of the bigger one that I had, but making sure that it's still proper height for you to be landing on. If you're just starting to learn how to land and jump right now, I would not recommend doing it off of something this high. Find something lower, like a park bench is actually perfect. You could jump on top of the sitting part of it, and then you could jump down from there, practicing your landings. You could start practicing on top of the bigger bench on the table part and practice your landings and your box jumps off of there. Eventually you want to start getting height and you want to start getting at that distance, which is important, but not leaning too far forward while you're trying to get that distance is also one of the challenges that you gotta face. Especially from doing something this high, it's important to really bring those knees up and swing your arms as high as you can. Even if it's a small box jump, you still want to try and get as much height as you can to land on top of the line or whatever you're trying to land onto. Swinging those arms, getting the chest and shoulders up in the air really helps you make sure that your landing is soft and you're getting as much height as you could get. It also helps you get a little bit of distance as well, but you really want to make sure that you push off all the ball of your foot. So when you're adding combinations, you have to kind of reset in the middle of the air. If you're doing plyos, which these are called, going from precision to precision, it's important to swing those arms and keep that momentum going all the way through. So as you're practicing these plyos, make sure that you're also leading with your feet a lot more to make sure your feet are landing before your body and you're catching up to be able to swing your arms, reset, get the landing right, and then jump straight into the next one, pushing off all the way through the ball of your foot and using your whole body to get as high as you can. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you learned a lot. Make sure that you take these progressions and you really start building that muscle before you start pushing yourself too far, because it's kind of easy to go farther and farther in your jumps, but just make sure that you're ready for them every time and that you have proper warm-up before you do these. And if you ever have too much momentum going into a jump, just make sure that you're absorbing the impact. Rolling could be just doing a monkey out or like touching the ground and moving out of the way. Just anything that helps absorb that impact from you falling on your face. So yeah. That's going to be the next tutorial that I do actually, is going to be the rolls, so keep an eye out for that. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.